day may not be good, but there is something good in every day. Myself, Nandita D'Souza, presenting you our next lesson, that is parts of a computer. Parts of a computer is a very important lesson. Let's learn this lesson in detail. We all know a human body is made up of different parts. The human body has many parts like head, eyes, ears, mouth, nose, lips, knee, foot, leg, hand, etc. Isn't it? Each part has its own function in our body. In the same way, a computer also has many parts which makes it a machine. Which are the main parts of a computer? The main parts of a computer are monitor, CPU, keyboard and a mouse. These are also called as primary parts of a computer. Now, let's study them in detail one by one. The first part we are going to study is the CPU. What is the full form of a CPU? The full form of a CPU is Central Processing Unit. CPU is the brain of a computer. It looks like a box. It helps a computer to think and do work according to the given orders. It is the most important part of the computer and controls all other parts of the computer. Moving on to the next part, that is a monitor. A monitor looks like a TV. It shows us the work done on a computer. We can see movies and cartoons on a monitor. It shows us what we type or draw on the computer. The next part is keyboard. Keyboard has many keys on it. You can see many small keys on this board. These keys are used to type letters, words, numbers and special characters. And the last primary part of the computer is mouse. Mouse has a long wire which is like a tail. It has 2 or 3 buttons. It helps us to draw pictures. It is used to point and select things on the monitor. So, these are the primary parts of a computer. What about the secondary parts of the computer? Let's have a look on them. Other parts of the computer are printer, microphone, CD-ROM and speakers. These are also called as the secondary parts of the computer. Let's study them in detail one by one. First part, that is speakers. Speakers allows us to hear sounds from the computer. We know through the speakers we can listen to variety of music. Next part is printer. Printer prints information from the computer on a paper. For example, if I have my photo in the computer, I want to print that photo. What will I use? I will use the printer to print that photo which is there in the computer. When I print the photo from the computer is printed on the paper. Next part is the microphone. It records your voice on the computer when you talk or sing. Suppose if I have to record my voice on the computer, I will have to use the microphone. Moving on to the next part, that is CD-ROM. It is a data storage system. It is required to play a CD. CDs can store a lot of information like music, games, and many more. We all have seen a CD. It is round in shape. The CD is mainly used to store the information. Nowadays, we don't use a lot of CDs. Instead, we use pen drives to store the information, or we even use the hard disk. Earlier, we used to use the CDs to store the information. Nowadays, even the laptops or the desktop does not have these CD-ROM. So we will need an external device to read or write the CD to the computer. So these are the secondary parts of the computer. Now let's take a quick recap on this lesson, parts of a computer. First, we saw the different parts of a body, and each and every part of a body is very essential. Each part has its own function in our body in a similar way. Even computer has its parts, and each and every part is very important. Parts of the computer has been categorized into two types. One is primary parts and second one is secondary parts. The first one, that is primary parts. What are the primary parts? Monitor, CPU, keyboard and mouse. These are the primary parts of the computer. Then we studied them in detail. CPU, the full form of CPU is Central Processing Unit. It is the brain of the computer. It looks like a box. Then comes the monitor. Monitor looks like a TV. It shows us the work done on a computer. The next part is a keyboard. Keyboard has many keys on it. These keys are used to type letters, words, numbers and special characters. And the last part is a mouse. Mouse has a long wire which is like a tail. It has 2 or 3 buttons and it helps us to draw pictures, point and select things on a monitor. Then comes the secondary parts of a computer. Which are the secondary parts of a computer? Printer, microphone, speakers, CD-ROM. These are the secondary parts of a computer. Speaker allows us to hear sounds from the computer. Printer prints information from the computer on a paper. Microphone records your voice on the computer when you talk or sing. CD-ROM is a data storage system. It is required to play a CD. So my dear students, I hope you have clearly understood the lesson, parts of a computer. It's a very important lesson. Do subscribe to my channel Enkindle Kids Learning for the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching. Stay home, stay safe. Let me wind up this lesson by teaching you one good habit. Always speak the truth.